Well, wanting to be a rapper, I was doing music in the city, you know what I'm saying? But I was in the street hustling too. So it was kind of like, just a hobby. Cause where I'm from, like, we ain't no like NBA players that made it, or NFL players that made it, or rappers who really made it. So it kind of was like a surreal, like it wasn't a real thing in the back of our head, even though I was doing it. We didn't really think it could really happen. Like the people we looked up to, all the people we knew had money was hustlers. So we was just trying to be the biggest hustler, and we was just doing music at the same time. So I always loved hip hop and the culture, and I was just doing it, hoping I can be in this position, but not really at the time even believing it.
But your family are all hustlers.
Yeah,
Because I've seen the documentary.
yeah, born hustle.
Yes.
Yeah, I
So,
was raised by 6 women, man. My mama, 5 aunts, who one of the biggest drug families from my city. They always hustle, so I kind of synced the game right there in the house.
were there any moments when you were young when even though you saw the hustle, but you saw the downside to it? You thought,
Yeah.
this is it's a bit crazy now.
Yeah, I mean, that what made me, that's the art of hustle. That's why I always knew, your time was coming. So the whole time I was in the streets, it was like a race for time because I already knew what came with it. I watched everybody go to prison, my aunts, my father, my brother. Like, like a domino effect. Like everybody get money. The streets are seesaw, it's ups and downs. So, you had your high points, you had your lows. So I knew that all came with the game. So I was just trying to exit the game before my low ever hit. You know what I mean?
Is that why you took the first deal? I mean, the first one that you took?
Yeah, the first deal I ever took was TVT Records.
Oh, really?
Yeah, back in the day, they had Lil Jon, Yin Yang
Teacher.
Twin, Yin Yang Twin. I think Pit Bull was with them back then. So when I done that deal, to me, I looked at it more as an exit out the street, and I did it as a real record deal because I didn't really pay attention to the contract that much. Like it wasn't a lot of money. A lot of my partners were getting indicted and going to prison. So it kind of like me, like, man, take this deal, get up out these streets for, you be the next one they scoop up.
And TVD folded, right?
Yeah, they was around for a minute after I done the deal. And I don't think they really understood the music or got it at that point. So, Lil Jon never popping so hard back then. That was the priority. So I was just an artist on the label. And then they ended up going bankrupt, and that's how I got a chance to buy myself about it.
How important is it to get a proper lawyer when you actually get into the contract phase? Because the first deal, did you have the right legal representation, or you just needed to just get a deal done?
Yeah, I don't even know if I didn't have the right lawyer. Me per se just probably wasn't even on them right. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't like that instrumental into what was going on as if I would be. Now, see, a lawyer got hell now. I don't care nothing about you being a lawyer. I'm finna ask you 100 questions. You know what I'm saying? What you say to say again? You sure that makes sense? I'm counting the lawyer with you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get another lawyer to check what you said, okay. So back then it was more so like me just putting my fate in another person's hand, and I probably just hired you because of this situation. I don't really know you like that. I ain't really done my due diligence to even know if you the right person to be dealing with. Just somebody referred me to you. I hired you, and you know how that go, man. They could be buddies with the people they doing business with. Who knows? But your lawyer important in everything. I don't care what you're in the street or you're in the corporate business. Make sure you got the right lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Like when you know what you come from, you know what you're going back to. You understand? So if I stop today, what I'm gonna do? I ain't going to. You know what I mean? Like my lifestyle, my everything is like the magnitude that I'm feel comfortable living on is I'm gonna have to be in the street and big in the street, not doing no little shit, So I understand that the only way I don't do that is to do this or something to the magnitude.
What is interesting is that within your album, you show the different dimensions.
Yeah.
When you listen to some albums, it's just the win, or it's just always like hoping to win. But with yours, you've shown that it can go the seesaw effect of the street life.
To me, that's the only way the streets is. If you ever talk to anybody who always talking about the streets just up, they probably weren't really in the street. Because anybody in the street know the streets will see. So
what do you see as your perception of success? Because we can see visually you got the jewels, you know, you seem to be doing well in business outside of music. So what do you see now as your perception of success?
To me, my perception of success is seeing something grow. You know what I mean? So like when I see me from one project to the next project, okay, say I'm in London right now, right? I went out here on the last project. To me, that's success, no matter what the numbers end up being. To me, long as you move a step forward every time, you're moving in the right direction. When I sign an artist and take them from 0 to a top 10 record or, you know, farther, like every time I'm just trying to go farther than I went the last time. Because I'm going to get money regardless. It ain't no issue. I'm just a hustle. Like, I'm going to figure out a way to get money out of shit you shouldn't even get money out for. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't tripping off making no money. It's just all, this how I rate. Because I can't rate it off getting money because I've been getting money for so long. You know what I mean? So if I made, you know, how many millions a year, I've been doing it for so long that that's not even how I rate the success. I had to see from one point to the next one.
When I hear you talk, you have almost like a mobile personality.
Yeah.
It's more than a rapper.
Yeah, I enjoy being an executive.
Yeah.
That's my focus.
Do you see then the raps are just a way for you to communicate freely to a bigger audience, you know, some of your experiences and things that you may want to see happen in your life?
At this point, I feel like I owe the game what I got to talk about because I don't see a lot of people talking about it the way I talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think they delivering it the right way. You know, like I'm cool with fun music, turn up music. I do a lot of that too. But I feel like you gotta give the game the real though. You know what I mean? Like if you listen to music, let's say if you somebody who none in the street, right? 'Cause everybody want to be a street rapper now for some reason, right? It's the cool thing to be for whatever reason. I try to give you the game where like even if you're gonna decide that, you got a fair decision based off. You may be listening to Gotti and like, man, shit. My man said people get a lot of time. I ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean? So to me, it ain't really about always glorifying it. I'm just giving you the real. You can make a whole bunch of money and you can get a whole bunch of time. It's on you. You know what I'm saying? You just know that come with it though.
So with the wealth of experience, like, can you kind of like pinpoint some of the lessons you've learned, like going through the actual, just the music business part of things, you know? Because as you said, you've bought yourself out 2 deals.
Yeah.
You've had to adjust to a new environment where you've got to be watching the person who's be watching things for you. But what kind of lessons have you really picked up on, like, to give us the game in that regards?
I think the most valuable lesson I learned is not to take it personal. The music business. Understand everybody's position. When you understand everybody's position around you and you're doing business with, you don't take it personal. Even when it don't go your way, you understand it's business. You know what I'm saying? Like these people in a business to make money off you. They're not in a business to make you money. So you got to figure out how I make money within making them money. You know what I'm saying? That's the game. Ain't nobody come and put no millions and millions of dollars for you, millions and millions of dollars in you for you to get rich and them not to make no money. It's a team. You know, they focus on them. You focus on you, but at the same time, as a team effort, you know what I mean? You can't approach it like you just want to get money and they don't get no money. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a never said thing, but that's what it is. So you have to know that going into business. So it's like bringing a label. A long time ago, I remember I used to go to New York and play my music for A&Rs. I have 40, 50 something. And I always wonder why they only want to hear like, what's the single? What's the next? What's the follow-up? They want, out of the 40, they want to know where the 3 at. The 3 records that make them money. What are the 3 songs that they're going to sell the album? The first single, second single, third single. And I had to learn all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes they can care less what you put on the other 9, 12 songs that you put on the album. Because if this 1, 2 do what they got to do, we may not have paper.
You know that part you said about don't take it personal. This is something that I feel just naturally being from where we're from, any form of things that kind of like don't go our way, or anything that may seem as like, you know, understanding was a bit disrespectful.
Yeah.
Naturally, you may take it personal. Whether you react to it,
Yeah, I think that's the difference between an artist and an executive. You know what I'm saying? Some decisions you got to make, they don't involve emotions. You know what I mean? It's business. It's numbers. Does it make business sense? Or does it not? This may be your favorite song. It's only your favorite song, though. You know what I mean? It ain't the song that's going to get us paid. You know what I mean? If it's your favorite song, when you go home, go to sleep to it, wake up to it, play it around your house. We don't care nothing about that. This is your hill. It's going to take us number one. We're going to get the check. We're going to feed my kids, your kids. This business.
Yeah. So that's a couple of questions. Let me ask you now, kind of like, what you now see as your purpose. Because you got to a platform, you know, but from here on in, what do you see your purpose and what do you want to kind of do with yourself as a brand?
Yeah. As a brand, I think it's important to protect the brand. You know, it's to keep building on. As CMG, you know, we looking for the right talent, the right artists that represent the brand right, and you know, they can hopefully be way bigger than I am. You know, we looking for that type of talent, as well as just staying consistent with me. You know what I mean? Staying consistent and just knocking down new barriers that we haven't done yet. You know, the brand, to me, the brand's supposed to, if it's built right, go beyond you. So that's the type of brand we're trying to build.
You guys who seem to be, they have money already.
Yeah.
Is it ever a situation where it looks like the success has come before the actual musical success? Because, you know, people are seeing like, oh, this is a lot of money that they've got, but usually that will be after you've had like a #1 album, maybe done a world tour. Is there ever a thought that may be showing a conflicting image to people who are looking at the brand? Because it's like they've got money before they...
My whole life a mystery. You know what I mean? Just keeping it G, like some of your biggest artists with millions of records, they don't drive the cars I drive. They don't live in the houses I live in. They ain't got paper I got dollar for dollar. And I ain't trying to count nobody's pocket, but it's just, you can line them up. They know they self. You know what I'm saying? But that's the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Hustle is a talent. You know what I mean? Like, it may conflict them, but to us, that's like a super talent that we able to go get the paper without the same successes. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people been on national TV platforms 5-6 years ago and ain't got the financial benefit at the game that a rapper like me have. You know, and I think they just come from hustling, man, and just being a great hustler. So when you give me them same tools they got, you know what that paper gonna do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Lastly, how proud is your mum of you now with what you've achieved? Because, you know, you've seen her hustle.
Yeah.
She gave you the game. You've now flipped it. You're doing well. So how proud is she of your achievements?
My mama real proud of me. She tell me every time I talk to her. You know, my mama really just wanted me to graduate. You know, that was her thing. You know, because I was like the first child to graduate. You know, my brother he dropped out, went to prison. So she always just stayed on me about graduating. So I stayed in school for that purpose. I was in like the 10th grade. I had like 6 figures, you know what I mean? Like, I had my own house. I had a Lexus GS 300, Tahoe, 2 Camaros, C28s. This 10th grade, I'm living in my own house, 2-story house. I moved out the house with my mama because she didn't want my girlfriend to live there with me, right? She spent the night with me at first at the house. You know what I'm saying? And my mama wasn't with that, so she stayed on me about going to school and graduating. So I feel like I probably would have done the same thing as like my partners and everybody else were doing, because I was making so much money that it really wasn't my focus, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like I owed that to her. You know what I mean? I'm glad I did. You know what I mean? I stayed in school. I graduated. I even went to college for like a semester. You know what I'm saying? But far as I remember, that's all she wanted me to do was graduate. Then I done that. You know what I mean? Then it was like, once she knew I was in the street, she just didn't want me to go to prison because my big brother was in prison. So I think I made her proud with that, and then I just changed the whole family hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was able to buy her a restaurant. When my brother came home from prison, I was able to get him a job. Now he on the road here where I go. That make her proud. Like, I just think it's a lot of different moments like that she proud of. Like, that I graduated, that I got a job for my brother, that I ain't in the street more so than she is of like, you know, the record being number one.